Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-April 2021 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. I feel like I did your reading already, but I was, kind of like working with those oracle cards that I had just bought. So I did one reading using a spread that they had in their book, and I don't know what it is about oracle cards, but I'm not really crazy about them. I haven't found a deck that I just really resonate with. This one has been good, but I don't like to just use all oracle cards in it. So I am going to pick one for you at the end of this reading instead of just doing it all. This is for the middle of the month. And that's a great card because that reminds me of Aries, and that might even be Aries. Oh, yeah, fire, Leo, and Aquarius. Okay, put this, and let's go like this, and pick this card. Oh my goodness. So you got the Ace and the Page of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Wands, and this is right up your alley, Aries, in terms of how you operate. The Ace of Wands are exciting new beginnings or developments in your life. Anything that you are creating, and of course this is a lot of you have your birthday in April, so it's your birthday month, and even those of you from March, it still is an Aries season at mid-month time, and that feeling of independence, creativity is just coursing through your veins. And maybe it's a new project. Aries people love new projects that they're working on and new developments or a new affair. Some kind of, and I don't want to just say it's just like a one-night stand, but something that is very exciting, maybe with another fire sign, because we have in the past position the Strength card, so you may have met a Leo and you've hit it off. Now, the Strength card in the past position can also, to me, be a sign of recuperation from an illness that where you have strengthened your immune system. So you're kind of roaring back to life with the Ace of Wands. And it can also be your self-esteem that you've bounced back from something. But when I see the Strength card, the more that I work with the Strength card, the more I think that the person has probably been under a lot of stress, has had to deal with a lot on their plate, and now they are on the upswing. And certainly those two cards coupled together indicate somebody who is really, rocking it. So if that resonates with you, that's awesome, because that can mean that you are really feeling a sense of renewal and also just feeling more self-empowered in your life. So maybe you have left a relationship that has been problematic. It is possible here that you're starting your own business with the Ace of Wands, and maybe you got up the courage, but I would say like more of the self-esteem to believe that you can do this and that you've got this and things like that. The higher message is the Star card, and this is about faith in unseen forces. So as a spiritual message, this is saying, job well done. You were able to, take initiative or to have a positive attitude, even in a time when it might not have seemed like anything was happening. And that was enough to, put into motion something of a very positive nature coming into your life. So, the other thing with the Star card is that it is, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Strength card. It can be a card of healing. It can be a card of, having your faith restored in life, that maybe there was a time when something happened that really tested your faith. And now perhaps you've had some kind of something occur that has made you feel more, how can I put it, encouraged about life. And the reason that this is so important is because you might have had a period of time where you were, not sure if something was going to happen, and maybe you even doubted, and now you got some kind of a sign. Sometimes the Star card can be a sign from somebody who has crossed over that they are helping you from the other side. So a loved one, a spirit guide, or something like that. What crosses you is the Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and receiving. This is energy in the form of material energy, but we can talk about it with all areas of life. Now, as a thing, okay, this is what I feel about this card. And you see here, he's holding the scales. One thing, okay, so if this is a love-related thing, you have to be careful, Aries, about your generous, open nature. And I really hate to even say that, because I think that we should just be like, totally generous and not even thinking about it. But because of, like, if you're having like a hot and heavy type of relationship that just comes out of nowhere, you may be tempted to engage in those kind of behaviors, and you may have already experienced a situation where somebody took advantage of you. Somebody took advantage of your generosity or something along those lines. And you don't want to get so caught up in the moment that you lose balance. The person is holding the scales, but also holding a gold coin. So the gold coin can be that seduction that the other person feels, because they are maybe like they have an ulterior motive. They're kind of looking for somebody that they can, kind of trick. And if you are so caught up in the moment, you may not even realize that. The other thing too is that you tend to be, I think, a very enthusiastic person where you want to give your all. But you cannot do that and expect to have balance in your life. Aries people can have inexhaustible energy, but everyone is capable of burning out. So conserve your energy. Don't, with the Six of Pentacles in the challenge position, if you have a tendency to go to extremes, really think about, like, what am I trying to do here? Who am I trying to impress, or what am I trying to prove? Because if you burn out and you have to, have like a leave of a medical leave, then what's going to happen? Then you're really going to just go the other extreme, and you won't be able to work, or you won't be able to, if you have your own business and you're not pacing yourself, then, you won't be able to do anything. Doesn't make any sense. What's coming in is the Two of Swords. You may have to make a choice, and you see the person is blindfolded, so they may have this feeling of denial that is part of it, or just kind of some sort of ignorance about what is really going on. I feel like this could have something to do with starting a relationship, just very a whirlwind situation. And maybe the other person, that was, the Six of Pentacles, what it can be if you're dealing with a relationship issue, is that the other person is not in it to the same extent as you are. And you have to decide whether you're going to continue with this, because maybe it's very heady or just, intoxicating, but it might not be something that is ultimately good for you. Although, I will say that if you have come off of a divorce or a breakup, of a serious relationship, you may just feel like that you have to get this out of your system. But maybe the time, the Two of Swords can be like, okay, when am I going to get this out of my system? Is this ever am I ever going to want to settle down? And the outcome card is the Page of Wands. So am I going to have another title, Start Spreading the News? This is a card of good news arriving, a message that you have been waiting for that makes your heart sing. Page and Ace can be almost interchangeable. I would say that Ace is the initiation and Page is the early stages. So the spark and maybe the infatuation of a situation. So you may choose to continue with it. And you might say to yourself, if this is a relationship issue, or I should say like a love situation, you might say, you know what? I'm not going to worry about what happens here. I'm just here to enjoy the moment, and that will be happy enough for you. If you have been declaring your independence in some way, this may be the time when you feel that something is coming to you, and it might even be, it can be in the form of a message, but symbolically this could be the start of a new cycle for you that has you living life on your own terms, and you can feel that enthusiasm for that sense of freedom. So that's awesome. Now let's pick a card. I'm just going to cut this and pick the first card. And it's very hard to hold up these cards because they're new and thick. I think I got this. Don't tell me I got this for you before. Did I get this the first time? Some of you may not. I feel like I got this the first time for you. Ugh. I don't like it when I pick, the same card multiple times. The Portal Keeper, I'm going to, since that was what I got, that's what I got. And some of you may not have seen it anyway. So, in that other reading, so I'll just do it. I didn't pay attention to what that number was, unfortunately. So now I got to look through every freaking card in here, in my little book. I think it would be easier for me just to look at the top card, but I can't find it. Okay, it's number 50. Unique gateways to mystical experiences, psychic ability, raising your vibration, expanded consciousness, the Akashic Records, past life ties, exploring the edges of reality for significant messages, seeing between the lines, multidimensional awareness. Um, astrologically, you have Neptune transing its own sign and house, the 12th house. And so some Aquarius, Aries people may have been have their psychic abilities heightened. And I think in the next year, especially 2022, when you start to have eclipses in your 12th house, no, I don't mean eclipses. I'm sorry, in your 8th house, because there's going to be eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio starting later this year and going into 2022, and that will hit your 8th house and your 2nd house, but I mean your 8th house, and that could be, very important for any kind of spiritual developments as well, because the North Node will be transiting through that house. Actually, the South Node will be transiting through the 8th house. I stand corrected, but you'll be having eclipses there. Okay, so let me see. I don't want to read all of this. Okay, I'm just going to read the divinatory meaning. Gently explore the edges of your reality. Spend time in the forest to listen, deepen your meditation practice, dance yourself into ecstasy, explore psychic tools, and study new healing modalities. If you feel lacking in purpose or life seems a little mundane, remember there is never a reason to be bored. What we experience with our physical senses is just the tip of the iceberg. Magic exists wherever you care to find it. Look between the lines to limitless discovery. Okay, well, that's what I have for you, Aries. I hope that resonated. If you would like an astrology reading or a tarot reading or both, you can check out the link below. Take care. Bye.